I'm reaching for what I believe in, and I must never stop rising, rising, rising. Never stop rising, rising.
Yes, family, what's happening? What's good? What's good? I'm Unique Creation. Welcome back to Unique Sessions, man. I want to talk to you about a phrase everyone knows very well. Everyone says all the time, but I don't know, maybe I see things differently, but when I hear certain things that I don't fully get, I like to get clarity on it, but I always end up with my own definition, so I'm just going to say my own definition. And that's living your best life. Living your best life. Normally, I see people saying things like this when they go on holiday, when they're doing certain things, maybe they're living, or maybe it's a snapshot of a lifestyle that they like. So they call it living your best life because from what I'm seeing, if that's what you're calling a best life, then that's the kind of life you aspire to, if you're aspiring into it, or maybe it's just a thing. But one thing that stood out to me is most people aren't really living their best life. Not really. They say they are, but it's not really. It's a snapshot in time. So you're living your best moment, but not really your best life. And that's what I want to bring to light today. For example, when you look at your life, when you look at your week, the days ahead, are there certain things that you don't want to see? I understand circumstance and I understand certain situations, but when you really say you're living your best life, would you say that it's something that you look forward to? Like, I remember there was a point in life where I didn't even want to see the next day. There's actually a point in life where one of the reasons why I worked too late was because I actually didn't want to wake up to deal with the next day. Now, it could be all sorts of things. Some people don't want to deal with certain days because, one, they don't want to go to a job they don't like, but they feel stuck in it because everyone needs finances, so it makes sense. But one thing I would definitely say is this, and it may hurt some people, but I think it's worth saying. I even wrote it down so I don't forget. For example, now, giving up fulfillment for false safety, you can't say you're living your best life if that's the case. If you're honestly giving up fulfillment and what keeps you going in here and keeps you from dying inside, all for the sake of money or for the sake of false safety. For example, I don't care what anyone says. It doesn't matter what company you're working with. It doesn't matter what job you're doing. No job is safe. If you're being fear-driven instead of peace-driven, I don't think you're living your best life. If you're giving up, if you're giving up safety, if you're giving up your fulfillment for safety, then you can't say you're living your best life, because your best life is supposed to be fulfilling. It's supposed to be peaceful. That's it, filthful. I was going to say filthful. What the heck is that? Yeah, fulfilling and peaceful. And I'm not trying to put down anyone, because I realize life is never, we could plan life all we want. It doesn't always go the way we want. I understand that. But I think it's even worse when we're willing to be content with the situation that we're in, especially if we don't like that situation. And I'm not talking about situations that can help you and build your life up. It's just tough and challenging to get there. I'm talking about those circumstances that we don't genuinely enjoy, we don't like is killing us inside, but we still stick with it because of things like that. Oh, it's a safe job, or it's got safe career prospects and stuff like that. Really and truly, if it's not blessing you internally and it's only material goods, then there's a problem. If, once again, not trying to go on a tangent here, let's say, for example, right? Let's say I'm in a job I don't want, a 9 to 5 I don't like. Let's say I'm working long hours, it's a stressful job, I wake up every day vexed because I'm going there. There is no way I'm letting myself stay in that situation. One way or another, I'm going to constantly be scheming to get out of that job. Because one, I know I have the option to. Most people have the option to leave a bad circumstance. They just don't want to face the extra hardship to get there. And I know I'm saying this very lightly, but trust me, I'm being in situations that are tough, draining, tired, but sometimes you just have to give that extra push to get out. Trust me, it's worth it. It's either you don't give the extra push because it's more inconvenient and you spend more days in a place you don't like, or you give that extra push for the time length you need to do so to get out of it so that you can breathe and you don't need to give an extra push. Think about that for a second. Are you really living your best life? That's one. Two, why are you not living your best life? And three, can you do something to get you closer to your best life? You need to think about that. It's great taking pictures and saying living my best life. It's nice to see. But if you're just living a best moment or capturing what you consider a best moment, why not make a moment a lifestyle? Why don't you make that moment that you're in? Why don't you do more things to get you there for longer? It's possible. Life is short. Life is very short. It flies by like a breeze, and it only comes once. So why put yourself in a situation for this short time that you have? Even if you live 100 years, on a large scale of things, 100 years isn't actually that long when you think about it. Like, if you look back, I'm sure you can think, wow, like, I'm this age. I remember, like, that age was yesterday. You know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago can feel like 3 days ago in your mind. So really and truly, I think it's important you get yourself there. Now, look, things like redundancy, climate change, liquidation, insolvency. Yeah, these things happen in life. If you own a business or if you live with family and things happen. And yes, sometimes there are bumps along the road. I'm not saying there won't be, but you can definitely constantly do things to improve on whatever circumstance you're in. I think everybody should always try and live what they consider a best life. Now, I'm not talking about a life full of vices or destructive stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about doing what you can to get yourself to a better place. That's all I'm saying. So, question again, are you living your best life? Why are you not living your best life? What can you do to get to your best life? Those are the 3 questions. I hope it helps you out. I'm Unique Creation. Have a good one. Until the next one. Bless.
Rising, rising.